Hey guys, Nick here with 88-Bit Gamer on behalf of Bernie's Tutorials, here with the first short tutorial in a series of short tutorials that I'm going to be doing on Sony Vegas, hopefully to help you guys out. Now, I am by no means a master editor at Sony Vegas, and in fact, all these tips and settings I'm going to show you guys are just things that I've gotten off of friends and other tutorials that I've seen on the web, so just keep that in mind. So, start off by showing you my project properties, and I'll probably just flash these in the beginning of any other video, but just to get this out there. So the width will be 1280, height will be 720. You want the lower field first. Pixel aspect ratio will be the 1.2121 widescreen. Output rotation 0 degrees, so original. Frame rate will be 29.970 or 30. Now if you're making a montage, and I don't make montages but I've experimented with it, what you want to do if you're going to make a montage is perhaps raise it up to 50 or something like that, because montages tend to have more clips, so if you add a higher frame rate, it'll just make it smoother to watch. It'll just be smoother, so keep that in mind. Stereoscopic 3D mode off. Pixel format will be 8-bit. Full resolution rendering quality, you want the best. Motion blur type Gaussian. Deinterlace method none. And that's it for this. So those are my project properties. I start all of my YouTube videos with these properties, and it works great. If you start off your videos with these properties, your video will be already pretty decent. So now I'm going to show you guys the importing process. So you go to File, Imports, and Media, and here you can just search for whatever you want. I already have a folder where I have a video I'm going to show you guys. So you can do it that way, or alternatively, you could go to the folder where you know your media is and just drag and drop that into the Project Media tab in Sony Vegas. Doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as it gets there, it's fine. So those are just two ways to do it. So you're going to start off by dragging your video down, and you see Sony Vegas will create a video and audio track for it. Now, a few tips on when you drag it down here. I recommend that you kind of space it out. Move your full video file, or just move your files a little bit forward at first. This helps when you're editing and when you need to make space for something. You don't have to worry about it being all the way here and you don't have room on the left side. And it's just useful when you render it, and I'll talk about that later in this video. So just make sure you do that. Next thing is, especially your video file, move that down one track so the video file is not first, because what I've noticed is that video files will always pretty much appear in the preview here, but say you want to add text. So to do that, you go to the Media Generators tab, go to Text here, and you can choose any of these. I'll just do the default text for the sake of this video and just put that down. As you see here, it'll actually show up here in this video in the preview, and that's what will show up in the video if you were to render it. Now, if my video file here was up on the first track, it would not, the text would not show up. It's not like Windows Movie Maker where you can just put the text over it. So, what I've noticed is that, obviously, so like anything in the first track is what will show up. So, just make sure that this is free for any text. Even if you don't plan on adding text, it's always nice to have that option just in case you say something wrong or something like that. So, next I'm going to show you guys a few keys. Really basic keys that you're going to need. So first one will be S. You press S, and your video will be split. S is for split, I guess. So it'll split the video, or your selected video and audio tracks. So there you go. Next one will be M and N. So N and M. And what these do is these actually will kind of highlight a specific time in the timeline. And this is useful if you're doing montages. To kind of, if you want to match up a shot with a beat or something like that, it comes in handy. And also just in general, if you want to keep track of a certain time period or something like that, there you go. The next one, and I'm going to delete this, and the next one is going to be U. And what U is it separates your audio and video, so you can move it around. It seems a little random, yes, but this does come in handy, especially if you're doing commentaries. You'll see its usefulness, kind of appear. So just know how you can do that. And next we're going to talk about rendering. So usually when you first start your Sony Vegas, you're going to see this gray, dark gray, and with yellow ends, thing here. So this is called the loop region, and this is what will decide most of the time what you want to render. Now I said most of the time because you can't change this, but I recommend you keep it. And simple as that, you just put it over your video. Now another tip. If you're doing commentaries, I really recommend that you go to your loop region, and if you have a little wheel on your mouse, you can just scroll in and it'll zoom in for you, which is really useful. But you scroll in and make sure to drag your loop region a little bit before, and you go to the end of your video and drag it a little bit after your video actually ends. This is because if you're doing a commentary and you're saying, you know, whatever you're saying, you don't get cut off, because if you were to put the loop region right as the video ends, you could see your video, your audio, you could be cut off, and it just doesn't look good, and it's happened to me a couple times. I don't really like it, so I recommend you put your loop region a little bit after and a little bit before too, just in case, to avoid any awkward, you know, pitch changes or anything like that. So that's just something that I found that is really useful. So after you've selected what you want to render, you go up to File and Render As. It'll show up here. It'll tell you where you want to save your rendered file, and I'll just call this one LOL because it's doing this. File type, I recommend WMV or Windows Media Video. This is because it gives you a decent file size and the quality is also very decent. The template here is kind of based off of the properties that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I recommend just doing this one here, 720. You can change this and give yourself 1080p. Now, you know, that comes, of course, with a greater file size, and the quality is going to be really good, but your rendering time will be longer, depending on, obviously this all depends on your videos, on your computer specs, but just keep that in mind. I just do this here because it's good quality and a decent file size, and there you go, guys. So this is the first video, kind of the basics of my Sony Vegas series. Make sure to watch the next video, which is going to be on how to make something slow motion and fast, the correct way, I guess. And make sure to subscribe to 88-Bit Gamer and Brains Tutorials. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.